Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing well. So recently I came down back to my hometown from university because we had a reading week, and I was anticipating coming to my hometown so bad. I was like, I miss my park trails. I miss being able to have a vehicle and drive places. Like there's pros and cons that come with stepping out of your comfort zone, right? And there was a bunch of things that I planned to do this week. And as I was walking on my trails, and because where I live right now for university, there are no trails, there are no quiet spaces kind of thing. Like, it's the downtown core of the area. And so a thing that really brought me peace was being able to go on walks and being able to see how much nature I lived around. And that's something I never took for granted. But I realized that when I came back down here, I realized that our attitude determines our outcome. And I feel like the answer should always be to be grateful. I prayed so much to be taken out of the environment that I was in. And I don't think we truly realize how much our environment plays a role in our lives and how much of an effect our environment has on us. And I knew, over the past 6 months before I graduated high school and I was going to university, I knew I outgrew my environment. Like, everything was irritating me. Everything became too small. Everything became uncomfortable. And so a place that was once familiar and that once had so much room and was so comfortable started irritating me, like literally irritating me. Everything about my environment started to irritate me. And on a faithful Sunday of September the 1st, God moved me out of that area, and He gave me exactly what I prayed for. He gave me new territory. He gave me a space of my own. And He also stepped me into a new season of my life. And I went through a very, very complicated but yet stress relieving transition. And so I just realized when I came back down here, like, our environment is really what affects us. Like, back where I'm at for college, for university, I am so happy. I'm living my best life. I'm doing all the things that I said I would do. Like, I'm great financially. I'm great physically. Like, and obviously there are stuff that I still need to work on, but like, my dream life became accessible to me simply just by switching my environment. Like, I promise you, I think I made another video about this titled The Life You Want Wants You To, and it's where I talk about how literally I'm living my dream life. And obviously there's always going to be levels to that, and there's always going to be layers, because we're always going to be wanting the next thing and then the next thing. But I had no clue that God would give me exactly what I asked for. And so when I came back down here from my hometown, even though I'm only here for a week, it started like the familiar, I call them familiar spirits, but those familiar things that latched onto me, that tormented me while I was here, attached themselves right back onto me when I came back from university. And I thought to myself, I've only been here for a week and I'm already irritated and I'm already uncomfortable. Like, I have really outgrown this environment. And it was so crazy how if you're not fully healed, or if you're not doing that work, you can leave one environment and go to a next environment. But even if you come back to that old environment for one day, all of those triggers and all of those traumas can latch themselves back onto you. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you're covered in prayer and to make sure that you're doing the hard work. I recently got into therapy, and I promised myself as like a New Year's resolution that I would enroll into therapy and I would do the work that nobody in my family was willing to do. And that took me having to leave one environment and go into a next one. But what it taught me was that there's still so much work that needs to be done, because I'm now in therapy talking about problems and triggers and traumas that other people in my family were supposed to have been talked about. But I'm the one doing the work. And so our environment really does play such a huge role in our lives. And if you're not being intentional about your environment, and hey guys, if you've been following up with me, you would know that I've been in a wilderness season, and I've been documenting my season as well as how I overcame it and stepped into my Job blessing.
I just came out with an ebook that God led me to create, detailing everything that I went through. Check it out in the link in my bio if you're interested. Love you all.
If you're not being intentional about your life, you can't expect to see things change. I was intentional about knowing that I deserved better for my life. And I saw this one opportunity, and God opened this one door, and I made sure that I didn't miss the mark. Make sure you don't miss the mark. If you're listening to this and you're an adult, you have the ability to get up and do something different. And obviously there's so many things that play a role into that, like finances and the current state of your life and whatever, but set those goals. If you can't financially move, set those goals. If you can't move countries, move cities, move towns. Like, it is so crazy the change that happens within your mind when you choose that you no longer want to stay stagnant, when you choose that you no longer want to think this way. The change was almost instant. And I know that it wasn't instant because change isn't something that happens overnight, but the minute I moved from my hometown, like everything changed. The people around you are keeping you stuck. The habits that you have harbored in this situation are keeping you stuck. The familiar places and spaces and faces that you keep seeing are keeping you stuck. And a lot of people try to ignore the fact that the only solution to the issues in their life right now is to change their environment. And God had to change the environment in my mind before he could change the environment physically. I had to change the way that I thought, because God could not have allowed me to go to a new city and to a new space thinking the same way. And so the change starts with you, and it starts within you. But when you change your environment, you can literally change your life.